Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking my videos. Could use a few more likes here and there. God knows we're getting the views, but yeah, could still use some likes. It really does help. So if you're consistent about doing that, I greatly appreciate it. The rest of you, I know you need an account, and what a pain in the ass that is. But if you could do it, it would be really great. That could really help me out. Anyway. So, yesterday I made a very important video about a very difficult subject, and there were no complaints about the content. In fact, I got some really some good feedback from other trans people, and even a couple cisgender women reached out to me and said, they suspected it was bad. They just didn't know how bad. But all that aside, we had one little problem with yesterday's video, and so I'm going to address that. Because we've had a really cool summer up until now. Yeah, if you probably noticed, I've been able to wear a lot of clothing, which is not something you normally can do in summertime over here, because it gets hot. I mean, not Arizona hot, not Texas hot, but hot enough. Okay, so to the point where I can't wear about 90% of my wardrobe, which kind of sucks because, I kind of like the stuff I put together. And I get enough compliments that tell me I'm doing something right. But nonetheless, what people were telling me was they couldn't hear me. And I'm going to explain why. You see, because it is that time of the year and the heat has just arrived, finally. So if June and the first half of July or the entire month of July is relatively cool in the 70s or, low 80s, that means come mid-August all the way until first week in November, we're gonna suffer. And it gets hot. Indian summer is no fucking joke over here. I mean, it bites you in the ass. And so, I won't be able to wear too much for the next 3 months. So we're kind of limited in that. But so anyway, getting back to that subject, the people were complaining about the background noise. Now, as a result of the heat, everyone has the air conditioner on, and so you can probably see I'm caught between two buildings here, so it's kind of an echo chamber. Everybody's got air conditioning on the other side, we got air conditioning on our side, plus we have a couple hallways echoing air conditioning, so it's a loud constant hum. So I'll make it a point to try to speak a little louder, but I just want to let you know what that was and why we were having such technical difficulty. I tried to go back and reboost the sound, but to no avail. I mean, I would need better recording equipment right now. I'm just relying on a little iPhone, kind of a beat up one that you'd think was inoperable by all the cracks and dents I have in it. But so we'll do our best with what we've got, and please, if you notice something like that in the future, go ahead and let me know. It's okay. You're on Blue Sky, or you see me on Instagram. Go ahead and let me know. Tell me, to be aware of the background or ambient noise, and in this case, it's really only for the next couple months. You're going to have that constant air conditioner hum. There's like about I want to say about 60, 70 units across the way. There's about almost as many on my side. So everybody running their air conditioner at night is just one big hum, and there's not too much I can do about it. But we'll make it a point to be aware of it and try to speak with a little more volume. I just because of the hours I have to shoot, I normally don't get that option because it's tricky. I've got neighbors come in and out of here, and then I've got at least two sets of neighbors that when possible. Well, mostly one set that we have some kind of long-running, ongoing feud here that, you know, they see I'm filming, they deliberately try to walk right into it and try to provoke, you know, shit with me. But it is what it is, you know. You know, that's their 15 minutes of fame, you know. Pathetic, you know. It's not gonna stop me, but anyway, so I have to work around that. And then, of course, you know, other people, you know, they gotta live here too, you know, and I don't fault them for that. So if you see me reaching forward to hit the pause button, you know what's going on. You know, I'm just trying to be cool, make the best of what I've got to work with, because I don't always get the luxury of being able to find locations to shoot from. You know, my resources are limited, so, you know, try not to waste fuel or go to places where I'm going to, yeah, definitely attract attention. You know, it's like when I go out shopping, I focus on doing what I need to do, and thus I keep a lower radar signature. They might physically see me, but they're not paying attention. You know, and that's the way I like it. You know, fly a little low under the radar when possible. But you know, if they, you know, like what Kogi says, you know, people are going to look at you, so you might as well give them something to look at. All right, folks, I'll check back with you later. I'll be making some more content soon enough. It's going to get it'll be a little more frequent because my kids are thankfully returning to school. Yay! You know, and I'm looking forward to that because with everybody home and everybody being needy, oh my God, it's trying. It really is. It really is. And so every time I hear a little lull in the noise level, you know, that's when I try to shoot. But most of the time I'm relegated to late night, which I don't like doing because then I look so goddamn tired, and you know, these bags under my eyes just magnify and make me look like complete shit. You know, it's like in the daytime I look 20 years younger, but you know, after the midnight hour I just start to look very ghoulish. You know, but hey, you know, death rocker, you know, old goth, what do you want? You know, again, making the best of what it is with what you got. All right, folks. So that's my update on addressing that ambient noise issue. Again, Indian summer is pretty much, we're in the dog days of summer, and Indian summer is going to be right on its heels. So we're going to have about 3 months of this, you know, constant AC humming and a lot of discomfort. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, it's a combination of the seasonal change, and of course climate change is not making it better. But you know, we must learn to adapt and overcome. That's all you can do. You know, so take care, everyone. I hope you're having a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon. In the meantime, please be good to each other, and as always, love you all.